The audience has gone very quiet, so I feel I should start speaking. So good morning, everyone. It is truly encouraging to see so many new and familiar faces with us here this morning on this rather chilly morning. I hope you've had a moment to have a nice warm cup of tea. It's my honour to welcome you to Coventry University and to our event, 1,000 Conversations to Inspire Change and Inform Recovery and Healing in the Aftermath of Sexual Violence and Abuse. My name is Lorna, and I have had the privilege of steering the MESAR project through the past 4 years together with my very dedicated and talented team of colleagues, many of whom you will have the opportunity to meet with today as we present the highlights of our work from the past 4 years. A study steering committee led by Professor Roger Ingham and a lived experience group has had oversight of this research since 2018. And now to give you a brief history of this work, well, the National Institute for Health and Social Care Research commissioned research to expand understanding about the work of sexual assault referral centres and to understand about people's experiences of sexual assault referral centres when they go left for help after rape, sexual assault or sexual abuse. Coventry University, together with several other institutions, so academic institutions and partners, were awarded funding to undertake this work. And I was just reflecting this morning, speaking to Kate, when I first applied, or first started working on this grant, it was 2016, and I had my youngest child, Isabel, was just 9 months old, so I was breastfeeding her and writing the application form at the same time. And now Izzy is about to turn 7 years old, so we have been working on this for a very long time. But for those of you who may not be aware, Sexual Assault Referral Centres, or SARCs, provide a first-line specialist response to people after rape, sexual assault or abuse. This includes emotional support, forensic care, sexual health care, support and reporting to the police. And SARCs are also play a role in referring people onwards to other agencies and services, such as independent sexual violence advisors, who play a key role in assisting people through the criminal justice process. But just a note on terminology at this point. In MESAR, we have referred to any person who has experienced sexual violence or abuse as a survivor of abuse. The term survivor is used as a shorthand with full understanding, but not everyone who has faced sexual violence and abuse in their lifetime will recognise this term or describe themselves in this way. Now, our research has set out to establish about people's experiences of SARC and what pathways they took after SARC. So we've been looking at people's health and well-being at the time they went to SARC and then for the year after that. We've also been looking at the role played by SARCs in the context of a wider community response to sexual violence and abuse. We want to understand about minority populations' experiences of SARC access and support, and we were also keen to understand the extent to which SARCs and other services and interventions meet the needs of people who require their support. Now, in order to achieve this work, we connected with 22 charities across England and 18 SARCs. We screened 2,500 survivors, and this involved, we also followed up on the recovery journeys of 335 people who had been to SARC, or 337, and we spent over 1,000 hours having conversations with people about their experiences at different points in their journey. We also conducted a study with children and young people, so children and young people that have been to SARC, and we'll be telling you about that today. And we've undertaken a community-based study, which is actually still open, but this is our opportunity to speak to people who haven't attended a SARC and understand about the barriers they may have experienced to access. And finally, we've spoken to nearly 80 staff working in the sexual assault and abuse services. And I believe we've also trained 140 ISAs to enable them to bring people into our research. Okay, so all of this has culminated in 1,000 conversations upon which we are building our recommendations about future research future practice and future policy. Sexual violence and abuse is an appalling crime, and survivors face stigma, shame, and silencing like no other crime, and there may be lifelong consequences for a person's health and well-being. There are also consequences for the person's family, the community, the economy, and wider society. You have taken the time to come here today to be with us and to join people from a whole range of different backgrounds, sharing in a vision for local and global communities that are free of sexual violence and abuse in all its forms. Now, until such time as this is a reality, our commitment to minimising the impact of abuse and exposure to abuse must continue. Importantly, we will also go further to tackle secondary victimisation experienced by people who have negative encounters with different services and institutions. We are here to amplify the voices of survivors. We hope our research raises the visibility of the pervasiveness of this problem and draws attention to the gaps in care, but we also want to highlight and celebrate the strengths in services and the good practice and see this translated into other areas. We hope you find today to be enlightening and to give you hope, to give us all hope. We anticipate that you may be moved by some of the content that's presented across the day, and we encourage you to take up opportunities that we have created for support, conversation, for some quiet time, and for grounding. So I'll now pass you over to my colleague, Grace Carter, who will tell you a little bit more about the day. And thank you.
Thank you, Lorna, and it's wonderful to see all of you here today. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm just going to run through a few housekeeping notices, so things that hopefully you'll find helpful. First of all, just to say that we are not expecting a fire alarm today, so if it does go off, we'll need to evacuate immediately, and you'll see there are fire exits just there and there. And you will be assembling at car park B. Hopefully on your way in, when you've registered, you will have received a lovely delegate pack that's been prepared by our team. And please use the items in there as you wish. You will see in your delegate pack there is an agenda, which is an overview of the day. You'll see that we have talks and panel discussions. There'll be time for refreshments this morning, and there'll be a hot lunch provided this afternoon, and also a mid-afternoon break. And this evening, we also warmly welcome you to stay for our drinks reception too. Just to let you know about the sort of space that we have in the Techno Centre. So this will be the main room where all the talks and panel discussions will take place. We do have right next to this room on the other side an exhibition room, and in that room we have stands from different support services that support survivors, and they can tell you about the different things they do to support survivors up and down the country. And we also have an adjoining room which displays some lovely artwork. There are paintings, we have a quilt, we have poetry, and most of this has been very kindly shared by CRASAP, which is a local charity in Coventry supporting survivors of abuse. So we're so grateful for that, and I really encourage you during the breaks to explore that space. And we also have a room, hopefully this is clearly signposted, but one of our team can show you if you're not sure where it is, a room if you want just some peace and quiet, that is there for you to use at any point in the day for any reason. We also have a support team on hand from CRASAP, and they are there to provide any assistance if you'd like someone to talk with at any point for any reason. They'll be there throughout the day, so please feel free at any point just to go to that room. And if you do need help finding that, one of our team, we have badges with the Medot logo on, please find one of us and we can show you where that is. You have also hopefully seen that we've got an opportunity for some yoga at lunchtime, so we've got a room especially for that. I'm not sure how we're doing on the sign up, but there may be an opportunity to sign up during the break if you haven't had a chance. You'll notice this morning that we have an illustrator with us, Federica, and Federica will be doing some live illustration during the event. and hopefully you're able to see the screen, but feel free to chat with her throughout the day to find out more about what she's doing. It looks brilliant today. You will see that we will be filming the presentations during the day, and we'll be having some photos taken. The photos will be at the back of your heads, but if you have any concerns about that, just let members of the team know. Hopefully you can see here we've got Wi-Fi, so please do use that if you'd like to, and do follow us on Twitter. We'll be tweeting throughout the day, and we encourage you to join in as well. I've also been reminded to ask you, if you have driven here today and you need to validate a car parking ticket, please let members of the team know, and we can do that for you at reception, or pick one of the validated tickets up before you leave. So we are researchers, first and foremost. We love our graphs, our diagrams, and while we have endeavoured to make sure that the material is possible for everyone to interact with, please do feel free to ask questions to us. Hopefully there'll be time to ask questions after some of the talks, but please do grab us in one of the breaks over lunch. We're really happy to chat with you further about what we have to share. There'll also be an opportunity later on in the day for you to fill out an evaluation form, and there'll be an opportunity for you to ask any questions to the team, and we will get back to you after the conference with the answers. We're really mindful of the sensitive nature of this topic, and also of the wide range of experience of sexual abuse in the room. We really hope that how we talk about this is sensitive to your personal experience. Please do what you need to do to look after yourself today and engage with as much as you feel comfortable. And if there's anything that we can do to make you feel more comfortable or accessible for you, please do grab a member of the team. We are so happy to help. Well, on that note, I'm going to stop talking, and I'm going to pass you over to Rosie for our first